Cinemacon is happening. Just presented some brand new films from Warner Brothers, like The Flash, Dune Part 2, Napoleon. Footage was shown, reviews are out, and we got some interesting details here about people's thoughts as well as some film information, so the highlights, some of the biggest stuff. Let's get into it, Vince. What we got?
I want to start off with Dune 2. Looking at Dune 2 here, it picks up immediately after the ending of the first film. Austin Butler is bald. Have you seen this screenshot?
No, there's a screenshot out already.
Or maybe it's a Photoshop. It might not even be a real thing, but it's like
Even if it's
someone
Photoshop,
created
it's
a
still cool.
bald photo of him, and he's like looking, he has like his eyes squinted like Elvis a little bit, and his lips are like pursed in. But basically his character is being described as an Olympic sword master mixed with psychotic Mick Jagger. Oh, God, that sounds ridiculous. And Denis Villeneuve says Dune 2 is more of an action-packed war movie. That's crazy because the first one had a battle, like one battle in it, sort of thing.
Yeah, it was very much a simmer, and it felt like a build up to something, right? And even the action that was already in it was already so epic on a grand scale. So it's wild for Denis to say this for a second one. Like,
Yeah,
we're getting into it. About like, there was a quote that he said, "This is the main course. The first one was an appetizer." Like, oh,
that's crazy because the first one's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
He also says this film is 100% shot in IMAX. It has all new sets. They're not reusing any of the sets from the old film. I'm sure they're reusing some props and stuff. But and finally, Paul rides a sandstorm or a sandworm.
Oh yeah.
Pretty crazy.
Sandworm, baby, wormy.
Yeah, he
The
said.
Alaskan bullworm.
Yeah, so apparently Christian Bale put on 750,000 pounds, and he will be playing the sandworm. And we'll have Timothy Chalamet up there riding it all the way.
That is great.
Look forward for that.
David Zaslav said, "Look, I love Dune, but Dune 2 is even better. So take it from the man upstairs in Warner Brothers."
Goodness gracious, I cannot wait for Dune 2. Next up, before we get into The Flash, we have Napoleon. That also got some new stuff too. And it's directed by Ridley Scott, starring Joaquin Phoenix. What do we have here?
This is going to be great. It's actually coming to Apple TV Plus, but it's going to have a little theatrical window. It will be in theaters for a little bit. Again, this is going to be an epic scale movie. It's huge about Napoleon, the war leader, right? We know. It's a period set film like Gladiator, Last Duel. Ridley Scott loves these. The footage that was shown shows a visceral battle sequence where Joaquin Phoenix and Napoleon is commanding his French forces and pulling the strings from on top of a hill.
Beautiful.
We got scenes of like a frozen lake. He's commanding the generals with confidence, and they said they're gonna go all in on like a huge marketing campaign for this. So
whoa,
I think it's gonna be big, bro. Like big movie.
It's got to be. I mean, it's Ridley Scott doing another like epic like this. So
Right.
I'm very excited.
When I heard about the casting, I was like, oh, this makes sense. This sounds good based on how Napoleon looks.
Sure.
History, right?
Yeah, he's supposed to be like a short guy, little dude. But I don't know, Joaquin, he could play pretty much anything.
I looked up images of Napoleon, and as soon as you said little dude, the photo was just blasted in my face. I was like, yep, that's exactly right. He's a little dude.
I mean, he failed pretty bad. Like this will.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for the movie. I'm sure it'll be great.
Yeah.
Finally, the thing that we want to get into, the big piece here is The Flash. The Flash was shown in its entirety at Cinemacon yesterday. And David Zaslav, who is the head of Warner Brothers, right? Correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He says it's the best superhero film he's ever seen.
Wild stuff.
Yeah.
I think he said he's seen it 3 times online. He's seen it. It's very emotional. He says he loves it. It's like, what's true? Who knows? But like, yeah, I think
I'm surprised. I'm surprised that this is even a sentiment of this movie. I wasn't expecting any good things, let's say. And it's seemingly getting a lot of great press after its screening from everyone.
Yeah. Based off DC's track record, there's been some missteps, of course, with the entire like Snyderverse movies and that have been following out. So it's good that this is a step in the right direction. Look, embargo's lifted. I could say it. I've seen The Flash. A review will be coming out, hopefully. So I put out my thoughts on our Twitter, Strictly Casuals, down below. But we also can see the majority reviews. People were like, this is a great film. I don't think it's the best superhero film, was the talks, right? Like, I don't think it's the best, but it's one of the better ones since like The Dark Knight. Emotional, action-packed, cheer-worthy moments. Like it's got it all. It's a good comic book film, like
I'm excited to see it. I'm very excited to see it because I can't, like, in my head, it doesn't add up. I was like, the puzzle pieces don't add up to be there to make this a good movie. So I'm totally open to this wowing me here.
It's ambitious, but it actually has a lot of heart. Like these characters, it feels very like it's not forced. These characters work well together. You know, Sasha Cal's Supergirl works with Barry, and even Michael Keaton's Batman is like, it just makes sense for this return. It's very natural and it just fits. It's not, excuse me, it's not like a shoehorned in. You know, it's like
they're part of
like No Way Home. It makes sense. You know, and so some great action. That third act is wild. Cool. And here's what I said: if you're a fan of the CW for season 1. It's that, but cranked up the max.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. CW season 1
was great, dude. I think
it's fun, but it's cheese to the max. You know what I mean?
So no cheese in it.
Cheese to the max. And CW, they kind of just the art or the production value of the CW show's pretty low. This looks like the production value is pretty high. So at least we could stay secure in that. This is at Cinemacon, all this week. We have a couple more panels coming this today, I believe, as of recording. We go through everything that has been out at Cinemacon, including Barbie, Blue Beetle, Craven, Gran Turismo, Cross the Spiderverse, Bad Boys, Dumb Money, and just much, much more. So if you want to check all that out, you can go watch our full podcast right here on youtube.com/strictlycasual. This is episode 108. Or you can go to podcast platforms and listen to it for free without becoming a member. And that's you can find on Apple Music, Spotify Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all that good stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.